Thank you. Hi. Thank you for coming here. And very happy and excited and nervous to be with you guys. Once again, I'm Liad Hussein Kantorowicz. My new musical project is called Liad Land. And if you wonder what Liad Land is, it is physically located in Berlin, but it is emotionally located between the different places that I've lived, the different continents where I've lived, and the place where my heart lives. I am going to perform several things for you, and most of it are some songs from my new project, Liad Land. My new single, as has been said, will come out officially next Friday. But you can already find it now on Spotify. And yes, it's called Queer Heaven. I'm a wounded healer, lamenting my past, lament my future, escape the present. You're an escapist of the future. You live only in the present. Romanticize love, suppress at your comings. Depressed from life, you disconnected from me. Nights full of empty that I couldn't get. Side by side and in silence, a disconnect. I was afraid it'll end when your visa expired. We live in different time zones, we missed each other. Not queer enough for a queer couple. Not queer enough, falling out of queer heaven. Falling out of queer heaven. I gave you my heart, but it wasn't enough. It was my best, last, and final offer. I've got nothing more to give. Now I'm empty-handed, and so I walk away. I gave you my heart, but it wasn't enough. It was my best, last, and final offer. I've got nothing more to give. Now I'm empty-handed, falling out of queer heaven. Now I'm empty-handed. In an ideal queer world, it's up to you. Happiness, it's up to you. I guess that makes me irresponsible. My expectations are at impossible. Not everything should be a struggle. Being with you shouldn't be one either. You are a symbol of all of my joy. When the joy is sweet, disappointment is bitter. Loving forever shouldn't be a straight thing. 3 years together should count for something. I need love and a lot, but what can I do with all that want? Falling out of queer heaven. Queer love, I'm searching for a queer love. Someone to set my heart free. Real love. Real love.
clean slate, no pain, no bad feelings. All I see in you is all my failures. Now I look at you like we are strangers.
Thank you.
So a few years ago, I made a performance called Pussy, which, briefly, it's about how our pussies have been used against us historically, and it brings up the question of if and how that could be subverted and turned around, and our pussies could be used as a revolutionary tool. This piece that I found fitting for this topic that I'm going to do for you sort of deals with the biopolitics of settler colonialism. It's 2017, and once again, I'm in Jaffa, in South Tel Aviv, visiting. I no longer live here. In some ways, I no longer know this place. So my impressions rely in part on stories from my friends about the place they live. These are the few people that are left behind. Most everyone I know from here has left, just like me, escaping the rapidly deteriorating economic and political climate. I feel like a protagonist in a music video. The camera focuses in a slow motion frame on me, looking with eyes wide open at the world going up in flames from the safety of the backseat of a car. The window is rolled up. The car speeds through the riot and steers away in safety. That's what it feels like to hear my friends relate their world to me. Why would you bring children into this world? Can I have the... yes, it is. For the first time, racial discrimination can be seen everywhere and every day on the street in broad daylight. Not only in the West Bank or in Fahim or Kalanswa, but in Tel Aviv too, and not on special occasions. The violence has become normalized. It has settled and integrated itself into the everyday. But it's too late, because no one cares to hide it. People are getting ready for a new wave of deportation. The government announced it will deport 40,000 asylum seekers from Eritrea and Sudan, infiltrators, as they are called here.
Before the deportation plan was announced, my friends organized a graffiti campaign which marked the streets of the city with a stencil that read, "Refugees are also humans." In every single place in Tel Aviv where this slogan was sprayed, maybe 40 times over, the word "also" was erased and the word "not" was written in its place. Refugees are not humans. Why would you bring children into this world? They stopped by the houses of those they remembered demonstrating on behalf of refugees, bang on their doors, attempt to break in, and threaten to kill those inside. If you wore a lefty t-shirt saying, "Stop the occupation," or even "End the deportation," they could stop by your house as well, or simply harass you and threaten to beat you. That's what they do to white people. a friend mentions that if she hangs a poster out of her window, her landlord will kick her out of the apartment. Why would you bring children into this world? I hear the excuses my friends make to justify themselves and the compromises they've made in their lives. No one can imagine living here anymore. They can't either. We just sit and bear witness to a telling of series of things they have to do in order to survive living in this place. But the one thing that people do here, and do often, is have children. This is considered an acceptable mechanism of escape, though it isn't acknowledged as such. In fact, in contradiction to the self-silencing and to the near sterilization in terms of public action, having children is a willful act. If you're Jewish, bearing a child is participation in demographic warfare. This is how the state sees it. It's about beating the Palestinian population in the numbers game, the only game that counts in war. For this political favor, the Israeli state has mustered its top-notch technology to create some of the best fertility treatments in the world, and it gives them as free state-sanctioned gifts to all Jewish wombs desiring a child. Why would you bring children into this world? I don't have friends who participated in wars. I have friends who actively tried to stop them. But somehow, none of them see their having a child as participating in war. They see this as a private act, an act of refuge from the public and political sphere. Their desire to create something good for the world has privatized itself into the form of creating and owning a human of which they'll take full possession and on which they'll project all of their ideals. It's like there was a split second of giving up on the world they've been fighting for when it was taken. They do it not with pride or excitement, but with a sense of resignation. Are they not excited to have children? Maybe they're just relieved at the thought of the opportunity of being absolved for the next 18 years or so from thinking about how the place they live in is going to hell. And no one thinks that they can just have kids now, and eventually the world will be better and suitable for their kids to live in. No. Everyone's eyes are far into the distance, staring at that getaway car as it's speeding away from the depths of the inferno of the riots, while they are falling further and further into an abyss. I guess that secretly, they hope that once their kids grow, they will be the drivers of that getaway car. Secretly, they hope they would be sitting in the back seat as the car drives away. Through the window, they would be looking at the flames, or the scorched earth, or maybe, if somehow things did improve, at that magnificently rehabilitated ground and the fresh new plants that have grown since the last riots. Maybe. But no one says any of those things out loud, because no one believes that any of this would ever happen. Why would you bring children into this world?
I realized that so much of what I brought here is kind of like melancholic and depressing, which is, it's fine. It's a part of queerness is all about being in your feelings and then owning it and then going out to the world with it and being fierce. But I want to do something about that for a second. So this song is from my yet to be released, but hopefully soon to be released album, which will be called Nothing to Declare, and it is called A Sense of Home. Is it too late to be reborn? Is a failed artist to be reborn? Is a failed migrant to be reborn? Is a failed lover to be reborn? Nothing here feels like it could ever be home. Gray skies get the curly and then you're alone. People got aspirations but they got no goal. Hollow city full of people but they got no soul. Got some drabby apartment but it's temporary. Everything here feels like it's temporary. And there's no end to the temporary. There's only integration and larger separation. In the media I see war to remind me what I came here for. Not ungrateful, just traumatized. Berlin is a compromise. Got survival's guilt but I'm traumatized. Berlin is a compromise. Only our closeness gives us a sense of home. When I'm with you, my memories live on. Only our closeness provides a place I love. The longing that lives in my heart. Sometimes I want to forget who I am, 'cause this city don't give a damn. Clutching to a picture, memories are bitter. I sound like a rock, but my heart shivers. It don't mean shit, 'cause this place no longer exists. Yet it's all I am, it's all I've ever been. Look at where we are, came up from afar. Things we cannot see in a memory. To be here is to be in the in-between. If you lived in war, you know what I mean. Let the chaos surge over us. We're fine, you can't see the scars. Don't remind us where we came from. Don't ask us where we came from. We can't ever return to our homeland. One word, we can't speak. Homeland. Only our closeness gives us a sense of home. When I'm with you, my memories live on. Only our closeness provides a place I love. You bring to life the longing that lives in my heart. In order to stay who we are, we have to live our shared identity with other people. We need to deterritorialize our identity. Our memory is a tool to collectively recreate a sense of self, a tool to resist the changing of the time that forces displacement. When I speak out loud and share with you my memory of home, it is my humble way to resist. I insist on keeping something from the changing of the time, from the displacement of my city. It is with you that my memory and my sense of self can come to life. Thank you. So I'm just going to do one more song. And before I do, I just want to thank Kalpur, who is my musical husband. Yes, if we talk about queer relationships, that's my queer relationship. And a big thank you to Mati and Hila and all of the lots of incredible people that are working and have been working on this festival. Thank you so much. And I thought that I would end with something a bit more cheerful. If you're up to it, feel free to dance. This song, I just tell you one last time. My name is Liad Land. You can find me on Spotify, but also on SoundCloud and on YouTube. And this song is called Monsters Against the Right. To the MAGA hat wearing at attackers, to Trump and his motherfuckers, to the guards only following orders, to the cops closing Europe's borders, to fascism in Sudan and Hungary, to the Sisi regime and army, to the Israel Hasbara Baldi, to the Berlin taking my body, to the border wall fortress Europe, hating migrants, hating Muslims, to anti-Deutsch silencing Jews, Fox and Breitbart, fake news. We are not afraid of you. We got our flesh and will use it too. Hey, hey, hey. We're the landless, we're the Muslims. We're the dejected, we're the whores, the unwanted running from war. We're the fat, the old, the ill. We are tired and we won't stand still. We are the racialized shot by cops. We are the weirdos, we won't stop. Too loud, too poor, too dark for your comfort. No health insurance and no passport. The decolonial myths of the past. Yes, we're ready to whoop your ass. Are not afraid of you. We got our flesh and will use it too. Monsters against the right, creeping on you at night. All of our nightmares unite. Kick your ass out of sight. Monsters against the right. Monsters against the right. Won't you help me sing these songs of freedom? These songs of freedom. 'Cause all I've ever had. Thank you so much.
Thank you.